Welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Happy Monday wherever you are. And welcome to the live. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be talking about all things to free yourself, including freeing your mind from narcissistic abuse. And the specific focus today would be on boundaries, how to maintain your boundaries after escaping narcissistic abuse, how to implement and maintain your boundaries after narcissistic abuse. That's what we're going to be talking about, how to implement and maintain your boundaries after narcissistic abuse, how to maintain sustainable boundaries after narcissistic abuse. This is what it's about. And after you overcome narcissistic abuse, you're in such a different place. But how do you sustain the boundaries after you've overcome it? Yeah, this is what it's about. So welcome to the live. Happy Monday, wherever you are. We're talking today about how to implement sustainable boundaries after escaping narcissistic abuse. Yes, that's the focus today. In the background, I have Your House by Steel Pulse playing. Steel Pulse, Your House. So welcome. How to implement and sustain boundaries after escaping narcissistic abuse. This is something a lot of us struggle with because of the karmic relationship with narcissists. So today we're going to demystify how you maintain your boundaries. So welcome in, and happy Monday. Welcome, everybody, welcome. Greetings wherever you are. Grand rising, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy day, happy Monday, wherever you are on the planet today. Come on in. We're talking today about how to institute sustainable boundaries after overcoming narcissistic abuse. Yes, that's what we're focusing on today. And the reason for that is because a lot of people struggle with boundaries after escaping narcissistic abuse, and the narcissists draw them back. So today we're going to demystify that regardless of your circumstances, right? So you can maintain these boundaries and maintain your freedom, maintain your ascension. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So first things first. You see, for a lot of people, you've tried to set boundaries with a narcissist. You've said no. You've tried being firm. You've done all these things, and none of them have worked. Or they work for a period of time, and then you feel like you're sucked in. Because the truth is, right, and we're going to go into that, Luna Moves. The truth is, traditional boundary setting fails with narcissists because they don't see boundaries the way you do. To them, a boundary is not about respect. It's a challenge. It's an invitation to test you, to play with you, to see how far they can go. So today we're going to talk about maybe 5 strategies that enable you to sustain these boundaries after you've exited narcissistic abuse. So fundamentally, you realize that when you are in narcissistic abuse, the primary currency for the narcissist is your reaction. Because your reaction feeds them with supply. So the first boundary to a narcissist to cause them injury is what we call the no reaction boundary. The no reaction boundary. And this is rooted in a study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. The no reaction strategy is rooted in the idea that when you refuse to react, the narcissist begins to lose interest because their manipulation depends on getting an emotional charge out of you. Think of it this way. Try to start an argument with someone who's not interested in arguing with you. You realize how quickly the argument collapses because you can argue with yourself if you want, but how satisfying is arguing with yourself versus triggering somebody you want to argue with you? And when you decide to get to this 0 point neutrality, which is no reaction, only responses. And responses are rooted in reflection. But when you take this place of no reaction, you're no longer giving the narcissist supply. So they begin to lose interest because the narcissist functions just like a power cord. If you don't plug it in, they're dead. So you realize that your first and most effective strategy is this strategy of no reaction. The second strategy I want to talk about is the mirror shield approach. You see, because most people try to argue with a narcissist, which is a terrible mistake. You don't need to argue with them. All you need to do is mirror them. And this is particularly useful if you're in a relationship where you cannot go no contact right away. Because the way it works with this mirror approach is you absorb their projection, because a narcissist likes to project. But when you reflect their behavior instead, they see themselves, which they hate. So the way you can use this mirroring approach, for example, is when they gaslight you, don't argue. For example, if the narcissist says something about you that's incorrect, the way you would shield it back to them is say something like, that's an interesting perspective. Or when they accuse you of being selfish, you could say something like, wow, that's fascinating how perspectives shift over time. Because what you're pointing to is when they were love bombing and how that shifted now. And this is an interesting way to mirror and to mess with the mind of the narcissist, because what you're doing is holding up a mirror so they can see their gaslight, because you're gaslighting them right back, right? I don't love this approach, but it's useful, particularly if you cannot fully extrapolate yourself from the narcissistic dynamic, you see? So there's that. Then the other that I want to talk about before we get into open discussion is the time distortion trick. The time distortion trick. Why is this useful? Because the narcissist is about control. And with that control, when they ask something of you, they want immediate compliance, right? Because you're afraid of them, they're better than you, they've intimidated you. But the moment you break that expectation, you break their control, right? So for example, if the narcissist makes a request of you that's unreasonable, instead of saying no outright, you could try something like, let me get back to you on that, because time is on your side. Or let me think about it. Because what you're doing is going against the narcissist's assumption that they will get instant gratification if they trigger you. So when you take the time to delay, it disrupts their sense of urgency, forcing them into doubt and hesitation. And it weakens their control over you, right? So the time distortion trick is not to just jump when the narcissist says jump, but to step back, reflect, and use it. And of course, the most effective way to cut off a narcissist, and this is my favorite, is the silent cutoff. The most powerful boundary you can have with a narcissist is the silent cutoff. But again, this is not my opinion. So I wanted evidence of this. So I looked at a study, a 2021 study in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology. It found that narcissists experience the highest distress when ignored or denied closure. Narcissists experience the highest distress when ignored or denied closure. Good morning, greetings wherever you are. So the strategy here is not to announce your departure. You just go. No text, no explanations, no dramatic exits. You just go. Stage left, exit stage. You're gone. And I have to tell you that this is the most effective because it starves them of the dopamine fix. And in many cases, it forces them into a rage and collapse. Squishy muffins, what's happening to you? Let's invite you in and see if you want to talk about it, right? We like to talk here. So if I sense a lot of energy, I'll pull you in, and if you want to, just hear from you. Dawn Marie, you made a mistake of letting him know I wanted a divorce. Tell me about it. What happened to you, Dawn Marie? Do you want to talk about it? Let's invite you here and see if you want to talk about it. And how did it play out? And how did you finally get your freedom, right? Hey, Vicky, let us know if you want to talk. Vicky, we'll invite you in. Hey, Vito, greetings wherever you are. Cassie, greetings. So all you can got it out the gym. So here's the trick, that the most effective way, if this is available to you, is to the silent cutoff. Now I know this is not available to everyone. You can't run all over Talofar Treasure Wagwan. Chandra, greetings. DJ Jane, greetings. Them around helter skelter treasure. You know it. Because this is what happens. That when you, okay, Mecca, let's invite you in. When this happens to you, when you cut them off, there's no defense for the silent cutoff without explanation. When you just cut off the narcissist without explaining, they don't know what to say. Now, of course, they'll fill in the blanks and create a smear campaign, which is not your problem, right? It's not your problem. But this is what they do, right? So you have to decide, hi, Christina, if the relationship is worth keeping or if your soul is worth saving. Do you see what I'm saying? Mekama, just invite yourself and I can invite you to talk if you want. I can't find you in the list here. You see? So the most effective way to neutralize a narcissist is just to bounce, be gone, purge yourself from that energy. Because the narcissist only exists in your life to extract from you, nothing else. You see, my mom has a way to turn things around and I end up apologizing when I wasn't in the wrong to start. It's a trick. It's a trick. And you have to decide if you still want to engage in that behavior, in that relationship. You see, this is what it is. This is what the whole thing is about, to wake up. Hi, Mecca. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. I have to say you have a very powerful name, Mecca Ma'ad. You're from Saudi Arabia to Kemet.
Actually in Florida right now.
I love it. Tell us what happened to you?
In a nutshell, I've been married for 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was with the person for 27 in total.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole marriage was abusive. But the key point is I didn't know it. It was so subtle.
Yeah.
It was so quiet. And I can't, in hindsight, when I look back, I can't even believe it. In year, I'm going to say 15, he left me for a 25-year-old. And he triangulated me with her, but he didn't actually leave. When he left, he made it my fault.
Of course.
So when he was able to walk out the door, I was in a state of begging. Because he shifted the blame.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to move on. I knew in my spirit that it was somebody else, but I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I didn't trust myself. All of the signs were there. I was just so confused. The girl finally contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a mess. I threw him out and I became suicidal. I was on meds. It was such a disaster. In the end, currently he's on my couch. So the tables flipped. I realized my value. Everything I have is more than him.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity,
mm-hmm.
Money,
mm-hmm.
everything I have more than him.
Yeah.
Not that means anything, but I didn't know that before.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why is he on your couch right now?
Because we have a daughter that's applying to college. She's leaving in about 3 to 4 months. Just being in the family dynamic, I'm honestly still in it.
I see.
I'm still in a back and forth kind of a stage.
Yeah.
But there's an awareness now that I have.
Yes.
So even though I'm still playing this game or I'm still involved, I'm very aware and I'm planning. We're moving to another house and we're packing, but I'm packing and putting my stuff in storage.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks that when we step into this house, we'll be a family dynamic because now his supply is gone and he's spun the block and he's back home. So I'm just never going to walk in this house and I'm going to leave. I'm leaving everything. I'm going to hand him the divorce papers.
Wow.
And that's going to be it. And it's very hurtful. I'm hurting. I'm in therapy, but it's what I have to do. And now I just value myself more. I love myself more. I care about myself. And this is a decision that I'm not going to make for the children. I'm not going to make for anyone except myself. And that is a very hard pill to swallow, because I'm not putting anyone before myself.
You're not.
Including my children. I have to leave them kind of as well.
Yeah.
And if they want to come with me, they can.
How old are they?
My daughter is about to be 19, who's going away to college, and my son is 21, who's still at home. So they're not babies.
Yeah.
And they'll have the choice to come with me, but I have to leave.
So you've already said it, but I'm going to ask you, what do you want?
Myself.
Okay.
I want to learn who I am.
Yes.
I'll be alone for the first time in my life.
Yes.
I want to be better for my parents who are deceased. I want to be better for my maternal bloodline, my mother, who was also a victim of narcissistic abuse from my father.
Beautiful.
I want to be better for her.
Beautiful.
And throughout my healing, my mother has been in contact with me. I felt my mother's spirit.
Do you know why she's been in contact with you, or should I tell you?
I would love to hear it from you.
Okay, here it is.
I would love to hear
Here it is. Here it is. Your mother is making contact with you because you're doing the thing she was not able to do.
Yes, sir.
Let me say that again. Your mother is in contact with you because you are ending a generational curse she could not end.
Say that again, please, because that is correct.
Your mother is in contact with you, Mecca Ma'at, because you are ending a cycle that she could not end. You are ending.
I am the improvement of my mother's design.
Boom.
And my two daughters are going to be the improvement of my design.
Do you know why they will? Do you know why they will be the improvement on your design?
Tell me.
Because you found your value. It's psychic. You found your value. And because you found your value psychically, the message to them is we can be better. Because the reason why you stayed in this abuse for so long is psychically, your mother had told you it's okay to be abused.
Yes. Yes.
And now you are winning. And let me tell you, you're in such a wonderful place that I got to play the song for you. This is I'm Good by the Clips. This is by the Clips. I'm good. I'm good. See, I don't even feel the need to preach to you. This is you.
Yes. 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 Praise God, yes. You can find me in the streets, even in the drought. Yes.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. That's for you. You see?
I just want to say to everybody that this was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I have never experienced anything like this in my life. It's not easy. And I realized that it's okay to feel the pain. It's okay to feel the rejection. It's okay to feel unworthy. That's all a part of the process. Feel that stuff. Feel it.
You are incredible. And you know, I want to say this to you before you go. You know your name? Mecca. You know what Mecca?
That's my birth name, by the way.
Okay, you know what Mecca says to me, metaphorically? What? It means you've always been on the path. And what's the path? Ma'at. Ma'at are the rules of law in ancient Kemet, the 42 principles of Ma'at. I will not lie. I will not gossip. I will not eavesdrop. I'll be a moral. Am I talking to you, Mecca Ma'at?
Say it, sir. Say
Ma'at.
it, sir. And I'm a Libra.
You
and
are,
I'm a Libra.
woo, you are free. You are embodying Ma'at. So your name speaks to your spiritual purpose, Mecca.
Mecca Ma'at.
You are a powerful spirit, and I'm feeling it as I'm listening to you. So I want to wish you guidance as you're escaping, protection, so these evil spirits cannot see you.
Amen.
And may your purpose be activated as you end this curse for your bloodline.
And so it is.
So it is. So you just said, I was going to ask what your last words. So it is. So it is. So it is.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I'm sending you good energy wherever you are. And you have already won. So I feel like I already won.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to be giving you a call.
Please do. Book a session. Do it all. Let's talk.
God bless you all.
One love. You're an inspiration. Wow. Mecca Ma'at. Mecca, the path. Ma'at, the way of living a moral life. That's what it's about. You see? So she already has a plan to go no contact, but she's being very stealth about it. Because you see, narcissistic abuse is not something you just get out of. You escape it. Because when you try to get out, they're going to keep you in. It's all a spiritual battle. And this is what Mecca Ma'at, jazz and laughter, one love. This is what it's about. You see? And whoever wants to come in and talk, just invite yourself and let me know, and I can bring you in. But this is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is what it's about, Smokey Bear. I think about defending myself from his accusations. No, you're wasting your time because the narcissist is committed to misunderstanding you. So win back your mind rather than trying to win his validation. Safi would love to know more about the chosen empath. Well, the fact that you're asking means, Safi, and I remember we've talked before, it means you're on the path, but you're rooted in self-doubt, my brother. Because you've been abused for so long and told you were nothing, that your job was to serve the vampire system. I remember you, Safi. You're the earth guy, right? You're the guy who's making sense of sacred geometry. I remember you. So this win back your mind, Vita. This is what it's about. It's about winning back your mind. Because the narcissist is just going to gaslight you, like Jazz and Laughter just said, just to trick you. But we are good. We're just too good. We're just too good. We're just too good. Because when you start to wake up as a chosen empath, and a chosen empath basically means the person who chooses themselves for awakening, to awaken from the sleep matrix to the truth of reality as it is. The pain of narcissistic abuse will wake you up to all of this. You see me? This is what it's about. It's to wake up from your own delusions. You see, we have to rewire our brain, Cherie, because the brain has been programmed with these programs. And the programs have energy. And the energies is where we fight that spiritual warfare. Should I be? Should I not be? This is where it all comes from. So the moment you free yourself from narcissistic abuse, the next battle to fight is the warfare between your old self and the new self. And that's where rewiring your mind comes into being. Rewiring your body, because the trauma is trapped in your body. So how do you rewire your body? Yoga, running, meditation, Reiki, pranayama, breath work, nature, massage. You see, massages will push out that trauma trapped in your shoulder blades. You see, that's the somatic part of the whole thing, because you have to treat the mind, the body, and the soul. So the mind with affirmations and new programs, the new story to counteract the old story. The heart practices to protect yourself, self-compassion, and the body, somatic practices to release your body from trauma. You see, this is the whole process. And when you start to like yourself, that's an automatic boundary to the narcissist. Knowing that the ultimate boundary with the narcissist is the silent cutoff. And if you can't do that because you still have to be in relationship with them, then be wise and use mirroring, use gray rock, use yellow rock. You see, Because the narcissist has only one agenda, even when they're being nice to you and charming, is to get you back so they can manipulate and extract and smile when it's all going their way. Because that's how they get supply. The supply that affirms for them that they are a person. Do you see what it is, Chandra? This is what it's about. So you realize that your boundaries with a narcissist work so long as you are consistent in maintaining that boundary. Because the moment you get flexible on the boundary, the narcissist thinks, oh yeah, we're back in business. We're back in business. No. When you pick a boundary, be consistent with the boundary. Of course, there are outlier events where you might have to break the boundary, but generally you want to, as much as possible, be consistent with the boundary. So the boundary is no contact, then that's what it is. If the boundary is only email, then that's what it is. If the boundary is only text messaging, that's what it is. If the boundary is yellow rock, I'll be polite, but you get nothing more. That's what it is. If the boundary is gray rock, I'll just say yes or no and nothing else. That's it. If the boundary is no words ever again, that's what it is. If the boundaries I can never be around you with you again, then that's what it is. If the boundary is minimal interface because we have to work together, that's what it is. But you will never pick a boundary if you don't respect yourself. So not having boundaries is a sign to yourself that you don't respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, you don't love yourself, Safi. Oh, Chandra, and don't just apply it one time. It has to be consistent. You see, this is what it's about. It's a demonic spirit. You said it, Vita. They are a walking lie, Cherie. You're right. Dawn Marie, exactly. The Delilah spirit. I've never had that lettuce brain. That's a new one. The Delilah spirit. I have to research that. You see, this is what they do. This is what they do to us. When the time is right for you, can you please play I Am Light by NDRE? Yes, let me find that. Let me find that, Blessed for Life. I am light. So you see, this is what happens. You see, this is what happens. That the purge that you go through has to be on many levels to free yourself, from this energy. You see, this is what it takes, and you can't be casual about it. Because if you're casual about it, the narcissist is coming back, and when the narcissist comes back, they're not just coming back to hang out; they're coming back to finish the job. So as long as if you want them to come and finish the job, then that's what it is. But if you're ready to step into purpose, know that the narcissist only came to your life to reveal your purpose, your power. You get me? This is what the narcissist came to reveal. This is it. This is it. Blessed for Life. There you go. This is a request from Blessed for Life. I Am Light by India Ree. Can you hear it? Yeah. I am light. We are light. We are all light. We are light. We are light. I'm struggling to rebuild my self-esteem. What happened to you, Chandra? What happened? Who did this damage to you? Do you hear that, Blessed for Life? I am light. We are light. Everyone here is light. And we are reflecting our light back to each other. Because that's what we are. That's what we are. That's what we are. This is beautiful, Blessed for Life. Whoa. Spirit 333, what it is. I'm not the things my family did. Hey, Bush and Brave. I'm not the voices in my head. I'm not the pieces that were broken. Oh, this is beautiful, Blessed for Life. Blessed for Life, I want you to come and talk to us. Come and say something. Because you picked the song. How did this song help you? Why did you pick this song? Blessed for Life, where are you? Come on in. Only if you feel comfortable. What happened? What does this song do for you? What did it save you from? Because your words might actually save someone's life here today. You never know. We're all dealing with all kinds of things. I am light. You see? Oh, this is what it's about. That we are all here for each other. You get me? Oh, I'm not the mistakes that I made. You're not the mistakes that you made. But if you don't have boundaries, You're telling the narcissist, I don't love myself. You can do whatever you want. Treasure Star, you listened to this when you were broken? Really? I don't think I've listened to this one. What did it do for you, Treasure Star? How did it help you? And Chandra, I'm sorry about this knock. You are more than this knock. Yes, Indiari, beautiful voice, beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Let's get some voices in here. Who wants to come in? Who wants to speak? You see, this is what it's about. That you realize the light within you. Knocks never think will get the courage to leave for good. That's just true. They count on you staying. Okay, blessed for life. They count on you staying. Because remember, they already analyzed you. They already analyzed you and knew that you were so broken you weren't going to go anywhere. Peace and blessings, love. I can tell you embody peace and blessings, love. You see, so when you begin to really come out of narcissistic abuse, it's happening because you start to find love in yourself. Therefore, the real next level of love, the way you think about boundaries is very good spiritual hygiene. It's very good spiritual hygiene, Safi. It's very good spiritual hygiene. And spiritual hygiene is basically saying, we love you too, Jazz and Laughter. The spiritual hygiene is basically saying, I am worthy. Because previously you allowed the narcissist to do what they did because you didn't think you were worthy. Because you were programmed to think you were not worthy. But you remember that a sense of unworthiness even was a trap. That's why you couldn't have boundaries. That's why it always seems like people left you first, or people picked you last, or people invited you as an afterthought. They did it purposefully so you continue to feel that you are second class and third class. And the goal is to wake up from that, to see that you're not that you are a human being having a spiritual experience. And being a human being having a spiritual experience is to realize that you're not just here to do, you're here to be. And part of being is to be in a place of flow and take inspired action. And you can only be in a place of flow and inspired action when your amygdala is in the part of your brain is not consumed with fear. Your brain must be free from fear, because if not, your amygdala is always looking for the saber-toothed tiger, right, Treasure Star? He thought I would never leave. I finally left and got the apartment with me and the two kids. We slept so peacefully playing meditation music. Treasure, you're really incredible. And my heart goes to you and your family. My son got up yesterday morning and made breakfast for the first time. How long have you been free, Treasure Star? How long has this been? And how old is your son? I'm no longer talking to my best friend due to her narcissistic behavior. I'm so sorry, love. What happened there? What did she do for me? It was a setup from hello. It was a setup from hello. You got me on hello. No, it was a setup from hello, Cherie. This is what it is. You see? So you realize that when you remove fear from your life, there's space to think. Because what the narcissist does is they hijack your amygdala and your prefrontal cortex. And if there's any neuroscientists or brain scientists here, please correct me. But these are the parts of your brain that are responsible for fear, fight, or flight. But you want to be in a place where your brain can think and can create. Mother Nature, I'm going through a separation because of narcissistic tendencies. Let's invite you in, Mother Nature. I want to hear from you. But only if you feel like talking, right? What happened? This is what it is. Jazz and Laughter, exactly. Treasure Star, she deserves all the love. You see, you are so worthy. If you only knew how worthy you were, you would only do worthy things, which means worthy things will happen to you. Therefore, if unworthy things happen to you, you will know that's not worthy. You get what I'm saying? This is what the deal is. Mother Nature, how are you? Can you? You're a little muted. Can you speak up just a little bit? Hello, are you there? Oh, I think I lost her. Wait, Treasure Star, you've been gone for 4 days? You've been free for 4 days? How did you get the guts to do this, Treasure Star? What's the story? Lone Wolf, I got called. narcissistic by narcissistic people because I put boundaries because he was taking my space. Oh, Lone Wolf, they would do that to you. You want to talk about this? What happened? They would do that to you. It's all gaslighting. Cherie, the thing that was in my life for 11 years and 2 years out still, I'm still struggling some days, but I'm blessed to be free, Cherie. I'm celebrating you, Cherie. I really am. Lone Wolf, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. So tell us, what on earth happened?
So basically, he must have found me on Snapchat or something because I didn't add him. He added me. And then we started communicating. Everything was fine at first, the love bombing and all that stuff, the red flags. I just didn't take any notice of it because being lonely all the time, I guess I needed a friend. And then it started with little things like, you're a bad mom, you're ugly, you're fat, things like that. Just things like bringing down the self-esteem. And then it went from that to like trying to control how I dressed and who I spoke to and all that sort of stuff. It's been a long 6 months trying to get him out of the picture.
Wow.
Because I do suffer from a lot of like empathy. I have a lot of empathy for people. So when he's going through these things, I think to myself, what's he going through for him to act like this? But with narcissism, people, it's just they want everything's a transactional thing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
He knew he could get money from me. He knew he could get his energy drinks from me.
Yes.
He knew he could get the attention and the like praises from me.
Wow. Let me ask you this, Lone Wolf. Was your mother the same way? Was she just a giver?
No, my mom actually abandoned me when I was 3.
Wow.
And then my dad was very narcissistic and abusive.
So who was the mother figure in your life, Lone Wolf?
Myself. I didn't have a mother figure, or I had people I didn't want to be like.
Do you know who am I hearing over there? Who's that wonderful spirit over there with you?
That's my beautiful daughter, Anastasia.
Okay. Do you know what your daughter is saying? Or should I tell you?
You tell me.
She's saying, Mom, you did what your mom couldn't.
Yes. Yeah.
Mom, you have done what your mom couldn't.
Yeah.
That's why she came and made her voice heard to all of us.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of it. And
yeah, my kids are the best.
They are. And I assume this is why you are such a good mom, which is why the narcissist attacked you. The narcissist attacked you, and the narcissist will usually attack you in the place of your greatest strength.
Yeah.
It's to make you doubt yourself. So by telling you you're a terrible mom, that's the place of your greatest wound. And that's how he maintained control. And remember, you have a big mother. You had, let me speak in past tense, a big mother wound. You get me?
Yeah.
And now what he's revealed to you is you can be over it.
Yeah.
So I just want to congratulate you for finding your own self-love. Is he still in the picture or is he out?
He's out.
When did that happen?
Last week. Because
when did that happen?
So I was speaking to, it happened last week on Thursday. Basically, I hadn't spoken to him all week, and when he messaged me, the first thing he asked for was money.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ask how I was going or how the kids were or anything like that. So it just made me go, no, there's no friendship or like relationship here. It's just a narcissist relationship.
What did you say when he asked for money?
Pardon?
What did you say when he asked for money?
I asked him what he needed it for, and he said that he needed it because his car is in the shop at the moment and he's short on food.
Yeah.
I said to him, I'll help you, but you have to pay me back. So I normally don't make him pay me back.
Wonderful.
And he said he will this time, so we'll just wait and see if the money ends up in the account. If it ends up in the account, then he's, keeping to his word, but it doesn't end up in the account, or then he just stays blocked.
So what is the reason? This I want to acknowledge the progress you've made. What is the reason you added the caveat you have to pay me back?
Because it's setting boundaries.
That's what I wanted to hear. You see, you're finally setting boundaries when you're most vulnerable at a time when you couldn't.
Yeah.
And that's what we should be celebrating in you.
Yes.
And then you kicked them out last week. You're like, gone. When we're not in this relationship anymore. That is you realizing self-love, the kind of self-love that your mother tried to take away from you at the age of 3.
Yeah.
Because she was damaged.
My mum is very damaged. She's had a very, very hard life. I do understand that everyone goes through their own paths and have to work out how to heal on their own. My mum, unfortunately, has still not healed. And I think that's due to her losing a son when she was 16.
You see what you just did there?
I emphasized for her. Still my mom, though. She gave me life. She brought me into this world.
So you're still very much an empath. But what is it that constitutes a loving relationship? Blood or love?
For me, I guess it's loyalty and respect. But I know I don't get that from my mum. I guess I've got some sort of hope that one day she will, but I know she won't. Yeah.
So let me ask you again. What is the evidence of a loving relationship? Blood or love?
Love.
Oh, lone wolf. You've been a lone wolf for too long. Your name says it all. You've had to do everything by yourself. And let me tell you what, because you're now finding love in yourself, guess what you're going to attract? People, friends, and others who, and even a partner who can reciprocate at the same loving level because you found it in yourself. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were a lone wolf because you had to be. You see, just like me, I had to be. But that season is over. You see me?
Yeah, I see.
Am I just making this up? You got to tell me if I'm just not.
No, I hear you.
You know, I hear the strength in your voice, and some part of your strength might also be numbness. So don't forget to touch your heart and be in touch with that heart inside you. Not just when you're carrying your baby, but realizing that you deserve love. You see what I'm saying, Lone Wolf?
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Lone Wolf, and I'm sending you lots of good energy, lots of love, and congratulations on breaking free and maintaining those boundaries, because the boundaries are an act of self-love. You see?
Definitely.
Peace and love wherever you are, Lone Wolf.
I appreciate you too, and thank you for going live. I only came by you tonight, and I was like, "This is something I need to watch."
Well, you're welcome anytime. Please come back anytime, and if you want to book a free session on my site, you can do that too. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Peace, 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 peace. This is what it is. This is what it is, folks. So boundaries are an act of self-love. You see. Boundaries are an act of self-love, right? If you don't have self-love, you're not going to have boundaries. And if you don't have boundaries, it means you're not self-loving. Because when you have boundaries, you're saying, I am worthy to be treated with respect and love. And people have the right to be themselves, right? They do. But you have to be clear that this is for me and this is not for me. And that's what you have to be clear on. Because your point of view, your desires are worth it. You see, your desires are worth it. Your thoughts are worth it. You see, this is what it's about. And until you begin to realize that you are indeed worth it, you're not going to know it. You're not going to see it. And you're not going to act. You're not going to behave from that perspective, which means you think that you're not worth it. Therefore, people pick up on that and they treat you accordingly. Because after all, we radiate and broadcast these vibrations. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. And this is what you've woken up to, Lone Wolf. And this is what we've all woken up to. So, folks, I just want to thank you for your time and attention and all the wonderful, inspiring stories that I've heard. People escaping, people rediscovering their boundaries, people instituting boundaries when they've never had them before. You see, this is what is happening. And you're showing that you actually do respect and like yourself, which is why this is beginning to happen. So remember that it's all about self-love. It's all about self-love. And without self-love, nothing agwan. You get me? You see? Without self-love, nothing agwan. So Treasure Star, I can't find I Am Blessed. It's taking forever. But this is This is Bless Me, Garnet Silk. Bless Me. Bless Me by Garnet Silk. And although this is reggae, this is relevant in any expression that you find yourself in. Whether you're Sikh, whether you are a Hindu, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're agnostic, whether you're atheist. Because the only person who can bless you is you. You see? So this is what it is, my folks. I just want to send you good energy. Walk tall with your boundaries this week. And if I could be of help to you, book a free session on my website, innermileage.com. Signing off until Wednesday. Keep those boundaries, yeah? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Walk tall, 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 tall.